Welcome to the DJing Dad Podcast, where weddings, music, and real life meet. I'm your host, DJ Jtorcher, and we are back with another episode. This episode is kind of a rant. It's something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. So let's get straight into it. Let's talk about photographers. Now, I love the photographers and videographers. I love working with them. My biggest thing and my biggest gripe, and this has been happening more and more, is the photographers don't speak to the DJ. I've had weddings where the photographers and videographers never come speak. And to me, we are a vendor team that day, whether we've worked together before or not. We are a team to make our couple's day better. But if you don't come speak to me, it's kind of disrespectful, don't you think? But I understand I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, but we have to be on the same accord in order for things to flow correctly. I mean, at the end of the day, like I've said before, the DJ is in control of the flow of the night. If that photographer doesn't know what's going on, how are they supposed to get the best shots that they can get? It's like, even if you just come over and say hello, it's funny because some photographers will come over and they will speak to us and talk to us. Or if I get a chance, I will go talk to them. And one thing I always say, because I've heard the horror stories, is I say, I introduce myself, who we are, and I let them know right off the bat. I say, hey, I don't have any lasers or crazy little dots that's going to mess up your camera or your shots. There's a lot of DJs out there using like the gig bar and things like that, those derby effects that leaves like the little colored squares on people. Photographers hate that because they have to edit out all that, especially when you get it on the bride's dress, all the little dots. So they have to edit all that out in order for the picture to look great. That's another thing we're going to talk about in another episode is lighting. But yeah, so I just kind of make a joke, kind of break the ice. And usually they're pretty cool. And a lot of times I'll ask the videographer, hey, do you need to plug in? Let's get you set up right now. That way, later on throughout the night, you're not trying to figure out, you're not distracting what I'm doing, and it doesn't slow them down. So it's all about working together. But it truly burns me up when a photographer does not speak to the DJ. And it's not some ego thing or anything like that. It's just we're working together. Why would you not come speak to the DJ? Now, I understand that some photographers and videographers have had bad run-ins with DJs, and I can understand. I've heard the stories. Like, DJs, we got to do better. Okay, we got to do better. We are a team with the videographer and photographer, whether they've worked together or not, or worked with us or not. We are a team. We are to provide that best night. Like I said, your top three vendors, your venue, your photographer, and your DJ. Those three vendors are very, very important to work together. If they don't work together, that actually can hurt their night, can hurt the couple's night. So, couples, when you book your videographer and photographer, ask them those questions. Say, hey, do you network with a DJ? Have you worked with this DJ? What do you do to make the night flow for you capturing the moments with the DJ? Because that's something that has to be broken. And I've had it with, I don't want to say it like this, with hobby photographers and with the professionals as well. So it's not just the people that are new or that are doing it for a friend. It's the professionals as well. I've had weddings where they never even speak to me. And I don't have no problem with that. I'm still going to make sure that they're in the room to make sure when it's time to do the special, dances or a moment, I'm going to make sure they get that moment. But it's like, we have to work together. And what's so hard about saying hello? I don't really understand that, So a message to all photographers, speak to the DJs, come say hello, introduce yourself. Because a lot of the time when we do run across the photographer, we're currently setting up. So we don't really have, I don't want to say we don't have the time, but we're trying to make sure everything is good. Our sound check, making sure everything is loaded in, put away, and looks nice. So sometimes we don't have the time to run over and say hi to the photographer, but I try to make my point to make sure I say hi to the photographer, speak to them, and, kind of let them know the rundown of what I have on the schedule. If there's anything that they need from me, or if we're doing something that they may not know about, like a photo trick or a photo bomb or something different, something different that we don't normally do, So you want to make sure you guys are all on the same page so it flows, so you know what's going on. It's a big deal. Now, photographers, I have a message for you. And this is not to throw shade, and I know you guys don't do this on purpose, videographers as well. When you guys set your stuff with the DJ stuff, we do not mind that at all, okay? What we do get upset about is we spend all this time taping down our wires, making them look nice, and then you set a bag just out in the open in front of everything, or you're plugged into our system and there's a wire hanging down or something. Like, talk to the DJ. Say, hey, is this okay for me to set this right here? We don't mind you setting your stuff there because we know it's going to be safe. And we want the same thing if we set our stuff somewhere. But don't just set it in front of the stuff the DJ has set up. Ask before you do that. Say, hey, is this going to mess anything up? Is this a good place for this? Ask the DJ, where can I set my stuff? Can I set it back there with you? 99% of the time, we're going to say, yeah, that's no problem. Set it right there. But we have photographers and videographers, and I know they're not thinking when they do this because a lot of times they don't get the DJ in the shot. So they just kind of set their bag anywhere. That also has to change. Photographers, videographers, we're a team. Get some shots of the DJ. If the DJ has a nice setup or a clean setup, it looks good, get some shots of the DJ. Make the DJ feel a part of the moment because we are a big part of the moment. It's not to be ego-driven or we should get this or we should get that. We would like to have professional pictures and videos. Some of us are willing to pay you guys for this and have no problem paying you guys. Or you run across videographers and photographers say, hey, I got some good shots of you. I'm going to send it to you. And you never hear from them. And then you see them post the wedding footage or the wedding pictures. Nothing. It's like, for us, listen, for me, I love all the content I can get. Footage, pictures, video. Put your watermark on it. I will gladly share it and tag you in it. But we have to work together. We have to make the industry better. So we need to talk. We need to understand what's going on that day. So I don't mean to sound like I'm ranting, but it's just starting to get more and more common where the photographer doesn't speak to the DJ. And I just can't understand it. If you're a photographer, videographer, leave a comment, DM me. I would love, I would love to get your take on it. I would love to get one on here and let's talk about it. I mean, because it's not that they're a bad person or anything like that. It's just, I'm sure they've had bad run-ins, or maybe some just don't know, or maybe some don't care. Maybe some don't think the DJ is important. But we are a team that day. We have to all work together, and we love getting pictures and footage and things like that. It's always, it makes our day when we get tagged in an event, because we do all this work at that event to make sure you guys get all these shots, to make sure everything goes great. And then you see the pictures. And yes, it's about the bride and groom, but we know that you took some pictures of us, like post one of the DJs smiling, having a good time. Like, help us out, photographers, videographers. But how can we help you? How can we be better to help you guys? I mean, we would love to know that as well, because that's, at the end of the day, we're all working together to make this day even more special than what it already is. We want it to go flawless. Does it go flawless? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But we do our best. We do our best to make sure everything goes smooth and accordingly as it should. So photographers, videographers, let's fix this problem. Let's work together. Let's talk to each other. We have to network. We have to network. I mean, at the end of the day, regardless if you care for that DJ or not, that day you guys are a team. You are a team. So yeah, so please, let's fix this problem in the wedding industry. Please, let's fix this problem. Also, something else I want to talk about, since we're on vendors, let's talk about something vendors should be doing for each other and with each other. And this is something that I'm going to really push hard to do in 2026. I've done it a few times in this year, and I think it's a great idea. So when you finish a wedding, we have in our app, we have a contact sheet that shows all the contact of all the different vendors. 99% of the time, our couples put all the vendor info in there. One thing vendors we need to start doing is leaving reviews for each other. If you worked with the DJ and that DJ was great at that wedding you just did, go leave a review. Because if somebody leaves me a review and they're a vendor, I'm going to go leave them a review. And vice versa. DJ, same thing. Go through all your vendors. If you worked with a great vendor, go leave them a 5-star review. It helps us. It helps the SEO out. It helps everybody to get booked. It shows that we've worked together. It shows we've worked well together. So we have to keep building each other up. Venues as well. I know there's some people that have reviews turned off. I went to some vendors. They don't have reviews on their page or have any way to get to them. So find a way for everyone to network together and leave each other 5-star reviews. It helps, especially on platforms like Zola, Wedding Wire, The Knot. Google, to me, is the most important one. That's the one we use the most. But we slack on the other one. So if we have vendors that we can all leave 5-star reviews on those platforms, that helps us all grow. The SEO picks that up. So if I'm leaving you a 5-star review, Google picks that up. SEO picks that up. The website that it's on picks that up. And then you, vice versa, go turn around and do the same thing. It helps that other vendor out as well. So if you work with a great vendor, matter of fact, I challenge you, if you worked with a great vendor this weekend, go leave them a 5-star review. How long does it take? We want the guests and the couples to go leave us a 5-star review. What's wrong with vendors leaving each other 5-star reviews? Because you really work together. It doesn't have to be a paragraph. Say, hey, I worked with such and such at this venue, at this wedding, and they were amazing. They went above and beyond on this, or they were easy to work with. Couples want to know what vendors actually work well together, and that helps us all get booked. That also helps us throughout the night. If I've worked with a vendor and they know how I work, I know how they work, it just makes things much smoother. So vendors, we have to start working together. We have to start working together as far as introductions, working, referrals, views. I challenge you vendors to make your own vendor list. If you go to creationdjs.com, matter of fact, if you would like to book us, go to www.creationdjs.com and we'll get you taken care of. But if you go to creationdjs.com, we have a section for our vendors, and I'm constantly adding to it. So if you're a vendor that I've worked with, I would love to add you to our website. So I have a section that says recommended vendors. It has venues, it has photographers, videographers, it has coordinators, it has food. We do that so that when a couple goes to our page and they're looking to book us, say, hey, they have a recommended vendor page. Like, as a DJ, our biggest thing is getting on a venue's recommended vendor list. Like, that helps us so much when we get on that vendor list. So why don't we return the favor? So that's what I have started doing. So DJs, all vendors, especially DJs, make a vendor list. Especially if you have a website, make a page for all your recommended vendors. Help out our couples. Vendors, let's work together. Let's make 2026 absolutely amazing for all of our couples coming up. Let's show them that this industry is thriving and well. There's not egos, which we know there's egos, but you have to put that aside when it comes to your couples. Our couples come first, no matter how big of a DJ I am, no matter how big of a photographer you are, no matter how beautiful the venue is. The couples come first. Vendors, let's make 2026 amazing. Let's do it. I challenge you guys. Today on Ask the DJ, we got a good one today. We got a good one. Let me get my phone here. Says, should our venue turn down the lights? Yes, 100%. Now, I do want to say this, and DJs, we have to do better at this. Letting the venue know when to turn down the lights. If they don't already do that, there's some venues I have worked with that automatically turn down the lights for the first dance, turn down the lights for when open dance starts. Work with your venue and let them know, hey, we need you to turn the lights down at this part, especially if you are using the proper lighting. I've talked a lot about lighting. That's something I'm going to dig deep into on an episode. This lighting is very, very important. You can't turn the lights down if you don't have the right lighting. So yes, the venue should absolutely turn the lights down. And the biggest reason why is if the lights are on, it looks like it's time to go. You've been to a nightclub or you've been somewhere. When you turn the lights down, I think it does something to us mentally or triggers something, but people will gravitate more to the dance floor if the light is not on. Nobody wants to be the one everybody's staring at. So you have to remember, if the venue has uplighting or the DJ has provided uplighting or dance floor lighting, um, turning the lights down can turn that dance floor into that club style atmosphere, which gets people to want to come out and dance. When the lights are on bright, it looks like it's time to go home. It doesn't have any, to me, the room just looks blah. I'm gonna say it. So yes, please have the venue turn on the lighting. Venues, if you're watching this, venues, turn down the lighting for these special dances. Turn on the lighting for open dance. Change the lighting from dinner to cocktail hour. I've seen venues do different things with that. So yes, absolutely turn down the lights. I love it when venues turn down the lights, and it just changes the whole atmosphere of the dance floor. More people come out to dance and just have a good time. And it feels more immersive, not like you're center spotlight because all the lights are on and everybody's just staring at you. Plus, the people that aren't on the dance floor seem to kind of just sit back and talk and not really pay attention to what's going on the dance floor. So it's not as much as the people that are, I guess you want to say, that don't want to get out there and dance to be the first ones, or think they can't dance. I don't want people looking at them funny, but they want to have a good time. Turn the lights down. Absolutely, 100% turn the lights down. So thanks for joining me today on the DJing Dad Podcast. Once again, I am DJ Jtorcher. If you are a wedding DJ, a creative, a planner, a venue, you guys have any questions, comments, trying to make things better, let's do it. Leave a comment down below, DM me. Let's talk about it. Let's get some of you guys on here. I would love to have some guests on here. We can do remote. We can do in person. I would love to network with you guys. So make sure you like and share, subscribe this episode. Please pass it around. Please tag someone that needs to hear these things. And if you want help creating unforgettable moments, go to www.creationdjs.com. Let us be your DJs. Let us help you through the process. All of our DJs are ordained. We have all the lighting. We have all the different things to make your night special. So please reach out to us. We would love to be your DJs. So let us make your night unforgettable.